Ready? Go!
Yo, what is up with it, people?
What's up? I'm Trent. This is
Yogurt on the mic, and we're bringing you live VCA, Vienna Challenger Arena, from Vienna, the wonderful country of Austria.
Starting off strong with a floaty matchup with one of our boys, T, against one of the Netherlands' best,
Fout. Yeah, so right now we're in pools, Wave A, and we already have like actually a pretty stacked game to watch, and I mean we're also in for a long series if you know anything about this matchup.
And if you're thinking like, yeah, I don't want to watch pools because like they're only strong player against not strong player, that's not the case here. The pools are stacked like never seen before in a European tournament, with this size at least.
I mean, you only have what, around like 60 people at this tournament, but like half of them are like contenders for top 50 Euro.
Yeah, yeah.
So right now we see Fout actually has a really strong lead. Peach generally in this matchup, it's all about having the percent in the stock lead. And you know, Samus basically already being at kill percent from even a grab completely reduces her neutral options and generally her defensive play. And from there we really see Fout also sticking to turnips like that. That was actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
And from there he'll just try to build on his lead. I mean, because he told me before the set, like, he knows that he is a very patient Samus, and therefore he'll resort a lot to camping as well, because if people force him to be non-interactive, he'll do the same.
Yeah. But like, if you're as Samus, if you play the long game, you're likely gonna lose because Peach is gonna get more opportunities to grab the Stitch face, and that's gonna change the whole matchup dynamic. So
yeah, exactly. Like overall, even I think Samus is somewhat slightly unfavored in this matchup because Peach, she gets to play the exact same tank role as Samus, and on top of that, Peach has way better tools against crouch canceling. Yeah. I mean, Samus has the advantage of being quite mobile, or at least more mobile than Peach, despite being also a somewhat slow character.
Yeah. And there he threw away a Stitch face.
And wow, T actually hits his charge shot. Yeah. So T actually kind of known for having horrendous charge shots.
Like every other Samus main, actually.
True. But a bit about T, he's actually kind of been somewhat on a slump, or more say like very unmotivated to play. And he actually decided to join and play against his will because he just wanted to support the Austrian scene because he's a homie like that.
Yeah, and that's not the case for everyone in Vienna. There are like some people that didn't want to come here for no reason at all. But yeah, that's
so
a different story.
We already threw away a beam sword. Oh my god, the turnip play is looking so stellar from Fout right now.
Yeah.
He's making use of all the bounces and then converting from every turnip hip even more.
Didn't you say earlier he had no matchup experience against Samus?
I actually asked him, and he said there is a Samus main in the Netherlands called Zio, who actually beat Jim Morrison recently at Sector Z.
That's
so
sick.
Apparently he does have Samus practice, and I mean...
apparently, I mean...
right now it's kind of paying dividends. I mean,
yeah.
He's up in a 3-1 lead, and if you ask me, it's actually looking somewhat grim for T.
But if you saw the match T against Blaze like 2 years ago on
Awakening 3, yeah.
They could see that T is actually pretty good at the matchup.
I mean, but Blaze did pull around like 300 turnips or something. He got like 3 to 3 bombs, 1 beam sword, like 8-9 Stitch faces, like 12 dot eyes or something.
It was the funniest story.
Now we really see Fout. The only thing he's kind of doing is milking the lead with a turnip. He's not wanting to give T anything, and
which he should. I mean, he has 2 stocks left, 2 whole stocks left to work with. He can crouch cancel. He can pull turnips.
And I mean, Fout is also actually the kind of player who is willing to do that. I mean, generally, he tends to be a somewhat aggressive player, but only if people interact with him. Wow, that was like the third, fourth stage phase.
I know, right? But he's still winning. He doesn't need him, apparently.
And the thing is, I mean, at this point, I just throw away the Stitch Face, because the only thing you can do is, like, give Samus a comeback to mount.
Yeah.
But Fout, he's also somewhat famous in Europe for just timing out ice climbers if he feels like it. And apparently he's also really famous for power shielding. Oh, wow, that actually...
But like it's Samus. It's 149%, but...
She has like 40% to go.
Yeah.
Unless she gets like horrible DI or something.
I guess we could talk about the counter picks.
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah. So TT's probably gonna pick like Dreamland.
No. Peach wants to pick Dreamland.
Oh.
I mean, the thing is, the way Fout has been playing, you don't want to play the turnip game on an even bigger stage.
Right.
So T would either be going for Yoshi's, or I think the by far best Samus stage against floaties would be Pokemon Stadium, because the missile game there is ridiculous.
Are we best of 5 or best of 3?
We're best of 3, we're pools.
All right.
So I think we're going to see either Yoshi's or a Stadium ban. And since
So
Stadium
probably
was banned,
Stadium.
yeah, so therefore we'll be going to the story of Yoshi. Ooh, what a solid grab mix-up by T in the very... That's kind of like set play thing where, like, even though it's like game 2, you already start with like a really hard like conditioning mix-up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So Fout also doing a really good job of spot dodging on T's shield in order to bait out some up Bs out of shield.
But
wow,
that's
again,
like
the spot dodges every time.
But he's not been able to punish the beast so far.
I mean, yeah, I'd say Peach is a bit too immobile to maybe punish it unless you hard read it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, the power shield again. So now, one thing that Samus kind of struggles with is actually if people approach her from, like, you know, a 45-degree angle in the air. So the only tool that Samus really has for that is, like, either a full hop nair, which is really slow in the air to drift and can easily get caught out, or a forward air. And the forward air has a way too small hitbox to really catch anything out.
Yeah, I talked to T earlier about the matchup, and he said, like, Duck plays it really patient, but it still sounded so painful. You have to like shoot missiles, then throw out an aerial, and then Peach is in a bad position, and then you can get a hit.
and then you have to repeat.
Yeah. Or like get something from the edge guard or something. But that sounds frustrating.
And the edge guarding for Peach is actually also pretty strong because Samus generally has a problem to recover against characters with projectiles. I mean, we see... I mean, Falco might be not as potent because he can't reach below the ledge with his projectile, but let's say Sheik, for example, very good at edge guarding Samus with the needles.
And those are like the only two characters that can consistently edge guard Samus.
Yeah, definitely. Or Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's a whole other story.
Yeah. But now we see T so far making good use of Yoshi's story with the added kill power, because Samus, she actually does lack quite a lot of kill power. Funny enough.
Yeah.
I mean, the only really good, like at least for example, let's say Duck's best kill move would be his forward smash, and that one only kills like on, let's say, Pokemon Stadium at like 120 or something. So it's completely ridiculous for actually Samus to kill.
Yeah. But it's not. But with all the talk, it's not like Samus has no tools in the matchup. Like
true.
You can win and you can even dominate as Samus.
If you have the tech skill and the mobility to outmaneuver Peach, then yes.
Yeah.
But generally, with how little T has been playing recently, I don't really see him, you know, having the necessary tools in his arsenal to actually like outmobilize an active and also skilled players such as Fout.
Also, your DI has to be on point because that's one of Samus' strengths. She's heavy, and yeah, with good DI you can live very long. Last stock DI straight up.
So now we see, now it's really, oh wow, and Yoshi's story coming in clutch again for T. So now we really need to see from T to like make sure that he doesn't lose too many percents on this Peach. Now that the game is about to be even. Oh, and that forward air does damage.
What was that?
Yeah, the charge shot,
Yeah.
as we mentioned. Oh wow, he actually dodges the turnip. And also feel like, actually, the more I play against Samus, I feel like her up air shield is also kind of overrated. I mean, yes, it's like a good get-off-me move.
Yeah.
But against floaty characters like Peach, you can't really convert the situation into anything.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice air dodge recovery.
But I guess you need the damage at the same time, you know?
Yeah, like
how else you gonna rack up damage?
Yeah, I mean, because Fout is playing so well around the missiles. And, I mean, we really see T still holding on, but somewhat struggling. Oh, wow.
Just slaps the Shy Guys.
Get out of here. Oh, wow. Very good drift back, trying to not challenge Peach. And also good DI to survive, even on the Yoshi story.
Yeah.
But the spot dodges from Fout NL have been so good.
Yeah.
He really manages, you know, to like... Because Samus, generally, you know, not the fastest frame data, but she does have very good, you know, boxing aerials.
Yeah, yeah.
And Fout NL almost every time just gets a good feeling for T's spot dodges and then manages to evade them, his attacks.
How is T gonna evade the spot dodges? Does it, like, probably has to use F tilt more. He didn't use it as much in this game or last game.
In this set in general.
Yeah.
I mean, generally, what I'd like to see is just, you know, a bit of adaptation, because right now it's kind of missing. Because I mean, you see that Fout is not falling for the missile. He's relying on platforms as well and movement, you know, to invade the missile storm and try to neutralize that aspect of neutral, and then get into that threatening 45-degree angle position, like just now. I mean,
he probably has to use his charge shots more, because that's like a way to like kill at 80% or something.
Yeah, I mean, also generally I'd like to see a bit more charge shot camping from T, because right now he's not really forcing an approach from Fout. If you charge your charge shot, you can actually force like approaches. Oh.
Like, he's not using F tilt at all. Why? Oh my god, and it's over.
T with a smile of a broken man.
So that was a pretty quick 2-0.
Fout. Fout. What's up, cutie? How you been?
Oh my god.
Big butt. Sorry? Alright, cool. So